correctly. In the top right, the amazing Liquid Skillous. He has almost those amazing runs, is what I want to say. And in the bottom left, the also amazing Rogue. Not gonna get blocked. Skill is going for a Nexus first, a man of my taste. Nikita knows what's up. Let's see if he goes for a double gate follow-up or a single gate. A single gate would be a little bit risky. The double gate also allows some pressure, which is kind of interesting. But that's something we need to keep an eye on. Just gonna throw down a second gas first. Kind of indicating a single gate only. As I said, though, he moves down the probe already, so this could just be the second gate here. Let's see, though. It's gonna mine some minerals first. And then he's gonna go over and he's gonna place a second gateway. There we go. Okay. There's cybernetics core behind this. The Overlord overseeing the Protoss base, of course. Probe is getting pushed out, but not before seeing that third hatchery. And Rogue has like, the only vision he has is this Overlord. He of course knows what's up. He knows this was a Nexus first, he sees the Adept timing. He sees the Stalker, I mean he's gonna see the Stalker soon. And there's gonna be just a Stargate behind this. A single Stalker is an interesting concept here from Skillous afterwards. Even though he has the 2 gates, he's only using 1 right now. He wants to have enough money to make an Oracle or a Void Ray, whichever he likes to do here from the get-go. He's actually gonna shade in, I'm not sure about this one. Broski. He's gonna just lose those 2 Adepts. That was definitely a mistake here. Skillous has to be kicking himself for that one. He's already instantly reproducing those 2 Adepts here. That might be a reaction to what just happened. He didn't even trade well against the Lings. I think he killed like 2 Lings or something. Not even 1 Ling. This is almost the perfect game for Rogue at this point. And Rogue is gonna pressure the wall potentially here. He's just standing guard on that 3rd base location. And he's delaying that now. The gases have to be taken first, because there's nothing really you can do with the money. He's already peaking up to 500. Now he's gonna take that base, but yeah, he needed to reproduce those Adepts first. The Oracle also is gonna be here to keep that base safe. Twilight on the way behind, second Oracle on the way as well. And the Oracle coming in to assist in the Overlord kill here for that Stalker. Let's see, warp it in though. I really want to see. It's 2 more Adepts. Oh, the Overlord actually gets away. He lets it live for now. He's probably scared of a run-by, potential run-by. Now Forge on the way here. And on Rogue's side, we're going into that lair, which is finally going to reveal his plans, because he didn't really do anything yet. He is just going up to 3 gases. He hasn't thrown down a Roach Warren. He hasn't thrown down any additional tech at this point. No Baneling Nest, nothing. No Evo Chamber even. Double Oracle coming in. I'm gonna kill 3 drones. Quite nice pick. It's just, there we go. Evo Chamber and Hydralisk down. That's his choice. Could still throw down a Baneling Nest here. So this could be Hydra Link Bane. It could also just be a Hydra Link composition here to kind of control the map a little bit and go into a Lurker composition later on. Rogue is really a lurker player recently, has been using that a lot. Drone is gonna get intercepted here, very nicely done by Skillous. And his third base is already up and running. He's gonna almost snipe them. That was a quick turn here from Rogue into that Spore Crawler. Nice save. And Rogue just did scout the whole base. He sees everything. He sees the Templar archives, he sees the gateways. Infestation pit on the way here. Hydra speed, +1 missile. And we do see a bunch of links. I hope he opens up these rocks, because he has nothing to do with his army anyways. He's kind of poking with the links a little bit. Oracle's coming in and gonna zap a couple of drones. Gonna rotate back out. There was vision on here. There is an overlord, so maybe this needs to move a tiny bit. Now these oracles are finally running into the Hydras. Ah, he still doesn't get it. Can't believe it. 1 HP, man. The luckiest oracle alive in this game here. But the issue is at hand. Infestation pit is done. Hive is on the way. The lurker den is on the way. We do see the range upgrades for the Hydras on the way as well. And Rogue's composition is starting to round out. Now, I feel like this is a time where you still want to kill these rocks, because you kind of want to expand Sunni again. Oh, I mean, it's not gonna matter that much. There's no timing that Rogue is trying to hit. He's gonna lose a couple drones at least here, and then he's gonna pull those. Now, big Stalker attack here on the right side, but already Hydra's in position. More and more links streaming in for the reinforce here. Skillous taking his 4th base, throwing down a bunch of defenses there. You can see things like these are very thought out by him, I guess. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Having the shield battery behind and then 3 cannons in front. He's actually throwing down a lot of static D here to bolster that defense. Now Rogue is starting to 2-prong attack Skillous here. Templars are ready. Storm is here. He had to overcharge one, but that was a great storm there. He killed like, what? How many guys? 14 Zerglings with that one storm. That was a superb storm again here. This time though, from a different Protoss play. Seems like Storm's pretty easy to hit, huh? And again, he's kind of playing a similar style to Hero. We see a bunch of High Templars just walking around everywhere, stacking on energy. Changeling is gonna get killed by that probe. Let's grab a kill for himself. And the Overseer will get deleted as well. Finally we see this open up. So there was an opportunity after all. And Rogue is just roaming with his force a little bit. I love it. Oh god, yes. Oh yes. Now Skillous, I'm not sure about this push out. He needs to be careful. There could be flank from these rocks. He sees that those are being opened right now. And he's just standing guard there. But Rogue is not going to engage into him. Not going to fall for that one. He's just going to do a lurker contain kind of. But now Skillous is pushing in though. Can Rogue break this army? It's a bunch of storm with this. Do we need to see Ultralisks against those storms? I mean, Ultralisks don't care much about storm. They don't really... They have so much HP, it doesn't matter really to their health pool. Skillous just going aggressive himself. I'm not sure about this decision. The storm guys are all left behind on a different hotkey. This could be a huge mistake here. He manages to unify his army again and is gonna be safe here for now. But my god, that was a close call. That was literally Icarus starting to put up his plane and then already going into the air, but then he was like, wait, I need to pee first. And it goes back. And he doesn't get burned by the sun. God, that was close. Now these lurkers are just starting to really destroy all of these stalkers. You can see how much damage they've already dealt to them. Very nice storm here on these hydras. The hydras clump quite a bit. And he needs to chuck out more storms on top of these lurkers. He just simply needs to storm the lurkers. I think it's 3 storms to kill a lurker, but it's energy based, so you don't really have anything else to break. You have a bunch of zealots, you have a bunch of stalkers, you have a couple of archons and storm. It's not like you have a big amount of immortals or tempers to just break lurkers. So there we go, finally starting to utilize those storms on the lurkers. He's gonna throw down another one. Does miss this lurker though, very unfortunately. Even though he sees it, I feel like it's a little bit of a mistake. Stasis trap is instantly gonna get deleted. This lurker contain is strong. And it's already in reach of the Nexus. Now Mothership does join the fight here, and that's gonna be the trigger. Another Overseer is back here, but it does not really provide the vision it needs to. We see some nice storms there on those links again. And the High Templars, they must have stacked a lot of energies at this, a lot of kills already at this point. Oh my god, another great storm there. A bunch of links, all of the links do get deleted so fast by the storm. Oh, Mothership a little bit too far forward. It's gonna get sniped here by the Hydra Dash. Tempests though are starting to chew away at this army. Can Skillous can he prevail though? It feels like Rogue is starting to find an angle to push through here, but he needs to reinforce this. It's mostly lurkers left over. He will snipe the base and then he'll probably just disengage. He's gonna keep the position for now. Man, that zealot. He's still gonna die on hold position. Now we see Queens coming in. He's pushing in with the lurkers aggressively. He wants to trap this army. We need to see a recall on this army here. Instantly recall, as Skillous identifying that issue. He's gonna recall the group of units here, but he will lose this whole frickin' position. Man, what a lurker push. Now a base in the north. This, by the way, hasn't really been mining. A little bit unfortunate there. There would have been an opportunity to really saturate that, for example, with all of these guys from the main. And just get a big boost in mineral income here for Rogue at that stage of the game. Now he has to rotate to the north here, and already all of the lurkers and corruptors this time are in position here, and that's a kill. It's not gonna be a cancel. And Rogue is just gonna keep him on 3 bases. That's gonna be it. He's just gonna kill everything, every base that Skill is gonna try to attempt to take here. He does again see this one being set up, so you should probably rotate over very soon. But that's gonna be big stasis here. Pretty nice. Good reaction though by Rogue, kind of manages to keep a lot of guys unstasised. Skillous army is formidable, but it's not really growing that fast right now, and if he loses this army once more, there's no way for him to remax ever again. I mean, Rogue is starting to really saturate these bases here. He's rebalanced the economy. He's taking another base, and he's going in position for the kill. Can he get all of these Tempests though? It's so many Tempests. There's a bunch of Archons below that. Not sure if it's enough Corruptors here. It might just be though. And with all of the Tempests gone, the game is done, and Rogue grabs the W for himself here. Well done by Rogue. Very well done by Rogue. Skillous didn't look bad, to be honest, but it felt like he just got a little bit outsmarted and then outpositioned, and then he made a couple of mistakes. Like with that army rotation where he almost lost all of the High Templars, but then he was just out of position. If he commits to a counter push, he needs to be able to get into position and then recall out, but he needs the High Templars with this force. He cannot just leave them behind. And having them on 2 separate hotkey groups, I mean, why would you as a Protoss, right? You can just F2 it. No. But yeah, it was a tiny mistake, but it did cost him a potential way to get a lot of breathing room for himself, and in the end then he just had to fall back to the base. He wasn't equipped to deal with that many lurkers. And that's really where Rogue's composition just shined. Now let's see how the next map's gonna be playing out. It's gonna be Starchild here, Skillous in the top right and Rogue in the bottom left. Now Starchild definitely one of a kind map here. Oh no, actually I'm wrong. So Starchild, not really that fond of this map. We see a very early probe here. It's gonna attempt a block. And he will get the block. Now how can Skillous turn that around? He did go into a very greedy opening. Everything looked very solid for him in that mid game. But then he just already got out-compositioned there in the later stage of that mid game. And he lost the position, he lost the base, he wasn't able to retake a base behind that. Wasn't able to re-expand, he lost a lot of probes there, he just lost so much income. He invested so much in holding that. I mean, he had a lot of static D as well there. If you remember, he just immediately set up 3 cannons and 3 shield batteries. So he invested so much into that base, into holding that base, and then he just lost it. So Rogue basically accomplished that goal and was able to just run away with the lead from that, because he didn't really lose the lurkers. He lost a lot of Hydras, he lost a lot of Links. So there was a good trading going on here for Skillous until that point, but I mean the lurkers never got killed off, and that's really what managed the victory here for Rogue in that game. Are we gonna see another Stargate? The answer is going to be yes. There it is. Two Lings make it in. Oh, even probes now. Probes under threat here. And of course the nice scout again. There's nothing at home to deal with these. He needs to use his probes to fight back. Probes are so annoying. They are indeed. The adepts as well. He's gonna get 1 drone. Can he get a second one? The answer is just gonna be yes. Can he get 3 even now? He's tempting to shake it out. But he should not really get away. Oh my god, Rogue pulling back a little bit there. A tiny bit mistake, and a rallying drone is gonna get sniped. Oh, 3 drones for that 1 adept. Must be happy with that one. He lost 1 probe. I think that was the scouting probe though, so the defense must have been looking good here on the other side against those 2 Lings. Throwing down a Nexus number 3 here. Very light on adepts though, I have to say. I mean, look at this. He has 1 adept and 1 oracle, so quite fast 3rd nexus. We usually like a 30 nexus or something it was. It's pretty fast. But it is so unit light at this point. He's skipping a lot of units to just get out the base faster. And he says like, alright, I have the oracle, I have the overcharge, you're gonna defend with that one. Throws down a quicker Twilight Council. And another gateway behind that. So it's gonna be 2 gates after the 3rd nexus. We've seen Estrella play that a lot in his America run for the qualifiers for EWC, but it did not always work out for him. He had a lot of interesting mid-game pushes behind that though, with blink attacks, which felt very powerful because of that fast 3rd base. Was able to really scale those up a little bit. Ship battery on the way here. So he's already invested in some defenses, and Rogue is gonna scout everything. He sees all there is to see. He sees all of these gates. It's gonna be 6. He sees the blink. Yeah, this is exactly what Estrella was also playing. So next step in this book is gonna be, the next page is gonna be the Blinkstalk attack, the pressure, and he's trying to kill the 3rd or the 4th base, whichever is gonna be there. With the oracles for some stasis traps. You know, Blink is about to finish up here. And Stalker's moving in. Oracles are gonna keep them safe. And Rogue, I think he cancelled a what is it called? The evolution chamber. The thing that gives upgrades. He's gonna lose another overlord here. It feels like he's a little bit indecisive in how to deal with this. Maybe he doesn't really hasn't really seen this style exactly. But there's gonna be a lot of aggression very soon, and it feels like he's not equipped to deal with this one. He has a few roaches, but not too many. I mean, let's have a look at the numbers. 9 roaches, 22 links should be enough on paper, but then he's down in drones to the probes, and he has a bunch of links aggressively. Now we do see the probes fighting here, but this is the real story. Can he hold it home? He's gonna just lose the links. Roaches are fighting separately there. And this is some nice damage though. This counterattack is doing a lot for a Rogue right now. But just warping in 3 Stalkers is gonna be enough here for Skillous to keep that safe. And the push is halted for now though. So that bought a lot of time, but did Rogue actually make units? Did he manage to squeeze out something of value? He has 3 Ravagers at this point, 14 Roaches, 14 Links. The Links are starting to dwindle a little bit. He's not remaking those right now. He's just going into a bunch of Roaches. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. The thing is, there's going to be a sophisticated Protoss follow-up coming here. He already has the Templar Archives. There's +1 on the way, charges on the way. We do see Roach speed complete, but this seems more and more like an all-in from Rogue. He has not been squeezing in drones, he's just making roaches. If he gets caught at all by a stasis trap, by a big one, he's gonna be out. That's gonna be it. Now Oracle's coming in here, trying to kill these Ravagers. He's gonna find the first one. No queens in sight, and in the meantime, he does lose the base. So already mission accomplished here by Skillous. He can just go back. And we see what's going on, why there's no queens. The queens are in the German taxi right now. Of course, this is being seen by Skillous. He shouldn't know this. He sees that Dropper-Lord. He had vision on that one with the Revelation. And he's gonna recall all of his Stalkers. He does not recall the Oracles though. They fly just through the Overlord. A little bit of a risky move there, and he's gonna pay with 1 Oracle for that one, which had a lot of energy, to be fair. Should have been a stasis trap, should have been some damage here. Queench is standing behind, but there's so many Stalkers, and they're about to have +1 here. I don't feel like this is gonna be enough from Rogue. Still just trying to break this, but not sure if this all-in is gonna work here. Skillous was already mining so much more with that so fast 3rd base. I mean, we can have a quick look here at the income advantage. See, he was already mining so much more money with that earlier base, so it's already paid off, and that's assisting in this defense. 33 Stalkers against 20 Roaches, 25 Roaches, and 10 Ravagers. You should not really lose with this. He also has some static D. He's making some extra cannons. He's utilizing Blink. He's utilizing some stasis traps. He still has that Oracle. He has 1 more stasis trap, and I mean, the Roach is just bleeding out. Look at that. It was 25 just a few seconds ago. Now it's 16. And it's still 34 Stalkers. He's just not making any headway here. He's kind of killing cannons and batteries, but not really the units. He's not killing the army. Finally, he gets a couple lucky bites there, but the number is just still growing. It's just more and more Stalkers coming in. 35. I mean, it was 34 a minute ago. Look at that. Even though he killed a few, and the numbers from our Zerg player are just dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. He's not gonna be fast enough with the reinforcements. No links really to support this. A few are coming in here. He's buying his own units. Unfortunate things happening here. And most of the Roaches aren't even with this fight. There's like 6 Roaches in this army right now, and he has 12. 14 Ravagers, But the Ravages are starting to fall as well here. Stalkers are still above 33. It's nowhere close to even depleting this Stalker force. If he could get that Nexus, yeah, cool, but he's still gonna lose the game. I mean, he's never gonna kill this army, look at that. 27 Stalkers, so finally he managed to connect some biles, finally he managed to do something, but again, another round of Warpins, 33. It's the number we keep on seeing here. And there's just no way for Rogue to break this one. So Liquid Skillous is gonna have a very nice hold here to himself. That he made that kind of look easy, even though it was a very prolonged fight. If we kept track of the numbers, he was nowhere close to be broken. I mean, if he doesn't really go below 20 Stalkers, there's no way for Rogue to actually win that fight. Those were +1 Stalkers as well, so they really packed a punch, and yeah. So Skill is tying up the series 1-1. And the last map is gonna be Ereholm. And let's hop into the one. In the top right, Skillous. And the bottom left, Rogue. Going for an all-in, the German taxi, and failing. And Skillous looking very solid in that defense, never really close to being defeated at all. So the Nexus first hasn't been working out here. In the first game. The second game, that fast third Nexus off of only one gateway unit, that made the trick. That did the trick. So, is it gonna be the same style again from Skillous? Or will he go into a little bit of a different style this time? Stargate. One attempt. Let's have a look at the timer. If it's gonna be a fast Nexus, it's gonna be in the next 50 seconds. Already going into a second attempt. So going a little bit more aggression orientated in this game. I'm not sure why he's not gonna do the same like in the last game. I feel like it's a very solid opening, and it does provide a lot of power into the mid game. So we're looking at 320. 10 more seconds. Oh, he's actually going for a fast. Did he cancel it? No, he has 2 attempts. So he has 2 attempts. He's still going for a rather fast Nexus here. 3rd base. There we go. We've seen like Australia going for even faster ones with like 320 or 310 Nexus. Really skimping on that production. Skillous has been prioritizing his units a little bit here. We saw he queued up the 2nd Oracle before the Nexus. He got 2 Adepts before the Nexus. Now he's going into the Twilight and the Forge. And oh wow, he's skimping on the production this time. So the gateways are coming in very late here. Finally starting up the 2nd gate. I mean, think about that. He only has 1 gate right now. He's trying to find some damage with the Oracles, but not really getting an opening here. Good defense by Rogue so far, who is going into a evolution chamber behind this. And the trend has been a lot of missile attack upgrades for Rogue, and those Hydra pushes, Lurker pushes. And this time it's gonna be melee here. So we might see a Baneling Nest, and is what I wanted to say, and then he throws it down already, beating me to it. And this could be a little bit of a different composition this time. It could be Lingbane Hydra, it could just be Lingbane into a fast Ultralisk transition, which I don't think is really that good here on this map. We see a bunch of, not a bunch, we see already charge here, a bunch of gateways, is what I say, going up, and +1 of course for our Protoss player. Now there's got to be an 8 gate, at least 6 gate pressure here from the charge. And not Blink, interestingly enough. He's gonna catch 1 Adept here, that's nice. He's gonna get defended though by the Oracles and only losing 4 HP. Pretty good defense there. Can Rogue hold this push? He has a couple of Queens. He's just going for a counterattack. There's nothing on the other side to defend this one. He's warping in a Stalker, but he's trying to mask this. So he's warping in 1 Stalker, trying to just like, oh, 2 Stalkers, I guess. Trying to say like, hey, this is Blink. Look at this, it's Blink. And he has 1 Stalker on the wall. But that also meant like he already has 2 more Stalkers than he wanted to have. And ideally he wanted to warp in all Zealots. There's the Hydralisk down here. Hydraling Bane is going to be the name of the game here for Rogue. And he's still a little bit in the dark, but this is going to be a perfect composition against what Liquid Skillous is doing here. Because you kind of want to have those Banelings against these Zealots. They kind of make them obsolete. And catching all of these Adepts here, he has the Queens to deal with the Oracles, gonna already throw darts at those. And he will clean out the Adepts. Oh, he will clean out the Adept. I guess not. But there's the Zealots, and he just spent most of his links. So he actually doesn't really have that much to make Banelings. He's gonna morph a couple. But this base might just be dead. And yeah, there's no way to save this one. Oh, he even has a few Hydras hatching here. He needs to be careful. He doesn't really want to lose those. He's got to keep them actually, and it's gonna bring a couple of Banes with this. Those Hydras dealing the damage. The Banes are here. The Zealots are just running away. They're like, let's go back to Aya. We did what we came to do. Now he's gonna do a little bit of a charge move here to get a few links killed off and at least get some Zealots back home. But those are very low at this point. Few Zealots here in the north are trying to kill the other 4th base. If Rogue loses that base, he's gonna be in a little bit of a pickle here. And he's gonna let it finish. Now, can he save that one? He has a few transfuses, but... Ooh, I mean, there's no blink yet, but he's actually going to blink. Can he save the base? Oh, I don't think it's gonna be enough. Skillous is gonna get the kill here. That's a great kill, and it's a very important one. I mean, Rogue is gonna struggle with income. He has 67 drones, but nothing really to send them to. He's already starting to mine out a few patches here. Look at that, 16 out of 14, 17 out of 16, and 16. He's fully saturated on gas. Ideally, you want to have a little bit more mineral income to have some more access minerals to pump into those Zerglings. The Stalker's just rotating around a little bit here. He's setting up some stasis traps. His blink is gonna finish in a moment, and he's gonna have Storm on the way as well, already halfway done. You know, these bases just walking into those stasis traps, that's not the greatest usage for the traps, to be honest. Because they can try again. And you kind of need to have a Stalker in the way or two. Like, this requires more attention from the Protoss player than it does from the Zerg. Look at that. Now finally this base is up and running. Already instantly oversaturated even here. Going into another base here, Rogue, in the bottom. And he has a bunch of Hydras now. They are kind of... I think they are fully tacked here at this point, except for that dash. We do see an Overlord trying to scout. He sees +3 weapons on the way, most likely. Why would you go for +1 armor? And the fleet beacon is not done yet, but I doubt he saw that one. Zealot charging into Bane is kind of what you're looking for here as Rogue. And Rogue was trying to open up the map a little bit. Oh, he's dropping Banes. Oh, it's gonna be the Pain Rain. Uh-oh. 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 The Pain Rain might end very soon here. If he could drop Banes on top of High Templars... No, that's not gonna happen, Rogue. He's gonna lose this base here because he's occupied with an aggressive move here in the north. That's not gonna work out. He can kill this, but not before the weapon's gonna be through. Oh, he's not even gonna get the prism here. So far, the sequence is looking very good for Skillous, who's kind of winning on all fronts. But he needs to be careful. He cannot lose this main engagement. He does lose the warp prism here. He does keep the base. And Rogue did lose a base in the south here, and the Overlord is just hanging around. He's not moving yet. Now Skillous is moving with the army though. One Hydra is kind of stuck here. Let me out! Let me out! Oh no! But he will get saved by his brethren. Oh, a Storm does kill the Oracle. They are very unfortunate here by Skillous, and the pushback happens. Now Rogue is super spread out with his army. Oh, that Bane. Okay, it's not gonna be enough here, but it will force the Archon, so no Storm. No, he still does not remember the Overlord. There we go. He found it. He was looking for it. He's gonna try to drop it into the main base. He has +2, but of course +2. Oh no, it's gonna be in this base. This should be fully saturated, so it's gonna be a nice location. But Skillous is gonna be on top of that. No way you're gonna get something with a move like this here from a player like Skillous. I mean, there's nothing to pull away the attention at this point. He's gonna walk through an Archon. That's not gonna be enough. He's gonna just drop onto this. He tried to kill that High Templar, but he doesn't even get anything out of this. So very underwhelming here. Extra Stargate coming online. We do see the Mama popping now. And there's gonna be the first Tempest to join in. 15 lurkers on the way here. Can we find them? There they are, in the north. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's hold position! Oh! Okay, he saw them with the observer, but I mean, he still got so much damage out of that. That was insane damage. Now Spire on the way here. And Skillous is poking out this base in the south again. That's a very nice move here. Rogue not in position, not even a cancel. He has the lurker defense in the north, so that should not be an issue here. He's not going to lose to this army anytime soon. It's going to take a long time. Oh my god, how many is that? We need to count those. We need to count. This is 2 pages, so we have 4 times... we have 8 times 3, that's 24. 8 times 4... How much is that? 32. 33 links stuck in one stasis trap. When have you ever seen that many? It's insane. Now this attack also is insane. It's actually doing way better than I thought here. Can he get on top of the probes? He does get 8, but he does lose a bunch of units as well. Can he get into the main base? Unfortunately not. Skillous very nicely scrambling a defense, kind of saving the remainers of that army and the base. And the probes. Everything. Now clash here in the north. Who's gonna have the better engage? The lurkers are gonna prevail. Mama is not gonna be happy with that many overseers revealing everything. We do see 13 corruptors on the way. No air upgrades yet whatsoever. He's not even researching any. But he does get into his +3 missile and +3 damage. Though those links are gonna be insane. Do they already have adrenaline? I feel like we're missing that still, but yeah, I don't think we do have adrenaline, so Rogue needs to fix that. +3 links are gonna be nice, but +3 adrenaline links are even gonna be better. I'm pretty sure there's no adrenaline, right? This is speed, this is damage, spines, everything for everything else, but no adrenaline upgrades. But definitely a mistake at this point. You kind of want to get that when you're already at +2. A prism hovering here in the south, ready to warp in, and we do see Ultraless Cavern. Okay, now you really want to have that adrenaline upgrade. Come on, Rogue. Get back, cycle back to your spawning pool. Get that thing going. Oh, talking about mistakes. One temp is down. Rogue is gonna collapse. Says it's time. But Skillous does kind of have a flank set up here, but is it gonna be too slow to participate in the fight? The lurkers are set up. Oh my god, he's coming up the ramp, which is filled with lurkers. The lurkers are shooting maybe into the wrong direction here, in my opinion, but I feel like this fight is just going too well for Rogue. As the vision runs out, I mean, and all of the air units have been killed off here. 4 lurkers reign supreme on the ground. We're even throwing down some static D to bolster the defense there in the south. And he has, it's been a while since he tried to take the space, and he needs to kind of go out there and get another one going soon, because he's only on 2 very healthy bases, and you kind of ideally want to be on 3 healthy bases all time long. I did see those units with the corruptors. He has the +3 missile finished up, +3 melee finished up, +1 carapace. He has the Ultraless Cavern. I feel like he's still lacking the Ultra upgrades though, and still no adrenaline, so big mistake here. Again. Can't emphasize enough on this, because it's so much damage. It's 20% more damage. It's insane. Now these spines should be enough against these zealots over here. And Rogue is gonna cut off circulation. He's like a surgeon. Oh my god, he even forces a recall, kills a few free units, gets a cancel. Skillous is gonna be in position now, but at what cost? I mean, the trading, if you take a look at this, it's in favor of Rogue, and he has been outmining, vastly outmining, so this is a big issue. Another High Templar just goes into the ether there. This game is looking really good for Rogue so far. If he only would remember the adrenaline, I feel like he might have already won, because it's so much damage on those links, and he's been using links all time in his composition. And let's have a look at the number of lost links. 264. Imagine if 100 of those would have had adrenaline. They'd probably traded way better. Now, chitinous plating on the way, +2 armor on the way. Ultralisks are gonna benefit mostly from armor upgrades. There's already, of course, against the lurkers, we do see a few immortals, but it's not a heavy immortal production, so a big Ultralisk switch could just surprise. They don't care much about Storm. They're decent against, they're not great against Archons, but they also don't just fall flat against Archons, so they're fine. And what you really want to see is a mass immortal against that, but I mean, Skillous is scrambling to reinforce his army even. He's not maxed out. He's making a Void Ray and Immortal. He doesn't have the production up and running. It's only one Robo. I wonder if he saw the... Yeah, he did see the Ultralisk Cavern, okay. I think he just saw that with the Zealots that went in a little while ago. Ultralisk speed on the way, plus 2 air weapons on the way, and Rogue is just saying, alright, let's grab this base. Let's defend this one. I'm keeping you off your bases, and your next max is gonna be your last. That's basically what he's saying. I mean, look at this base, how oversaturated it is. The main bases run dry, the natural is dry. This gas is about to run out. This is the last little bit of mining at the natural. This base is about to run out. 35 minerals, 85 minerals, 100 and 150 and 90 minerals. So that's combined not even a nexus. This base is basically gone as well. The skill is operating on one base here and trying to save his dear life, but Rogue's just vastly out mining at this point. Look at this. It's just not even close. For 5 minutes straight he has been mining about 1k more resources, and it's gonna be reflected in this bank. 6k resources overall bank here for Rogue, and he has been trading more efficiently. Don't forget this. 23k lost against 26k lost resources, so Rogue can just sit back. He can just mine half of the map, because he is the more efficient player in this game, and he will win against Skillous if they keep on playing like this. Now Skillous is saying, alright, we kind of need to generate some breathing room. I need to find something. And Rogue, he can just sit back, literally. He doesn't even need to take this space or this space. He can just prevent Skillous from taking them. That's all he needs to do. And then he's gonna win the game. There's nothing really Skillous can do about this. He's scrambling to find an answer right now. He's trying to push with a mobile force here in the south, which could potentially get recalled if it's in peril. And he's kind of staying his main force over here in the north at that base, which is his most important base, because if he loses this one, he's definitely out of the game. His army combined, it's very difficult to engage into, but moving out like this, I'm not sure about it, because there's no High Templars a little bit behind that army, and yeah. If Rogue was in position, man, he could have gotten half of that army there. He's just taking the space now, because he knows it's out of reach for Skillous. And he sees where Skillous is pushing. I mean, it makes sense for Skillous. This is his last 50 probes here. This is basically his last mining base. So he needs to establish this position. He already has the probe here. And Skillous kind of needs to get a position up there. And that means all of the bottom side is open for Rogue for the taking. He's going into this base. There's still some production here. And just losing that position is going to be very hurtful. So Skillous does not want to let that go like for free. So he's going to rotate down with enough to break these lurkers. And Rogue is going to evacuate the lurkers for now. He needs to re-creep this area. Does he have any queens? He has 3 queens still. And they're just like slacking basically. He needs to plant some creep Germans again in the south, I feel like. Right now there's a lot of opportunity. And in the north, Skillous trying to take the space. Oh, I feel like this is a little bit of an overinvestment. Not sure about this one. He's just gonna throw down a bunch of shield batteries. The pylons. It's kind of funny. The mothership, if you shoot one with the mothership, it will automatically shoot 4 targets. So it will reveal 3 other changelings. The mothership is like the ultimate anti-changeling weapon. There we go. But there's still creep just next to that. And Rogue is kind of fighting on the wrong end, I feel like. He's finally bringing the queens. He's gonna respread some creep here. But I feel like he's investing a little bit too much into try to break this base. If you take a look at the resources lost, it's gotten a little bit more close here at this time. In favor of Liquid Skillous. So this is not really a base you need to break. It doesn't have any value. He doesn't know that this is fully mined out. So he needs to scout that actually. I feel like he's investing into the wrong area right now. But he already mined most of the minerals from the north. So he's just like, alright, if I can get these 2 bases, which are the healthiest bases on the planet, on the map. This has never been touched. It's just starting now. And this has already been mined from a little bit. These bases are the healthiest bases in the south there, and then this is almost run out. So the south is more valuable to control. I don't hate this decision, but I feel like it's a little bit of a wasted opportunity. He could have just stayed a position strong in the north as well. He's gonna keep on his own base for now. There's so many immortals down here, man. Let's have a look at the units count. 7 immortals here, mostly with this army in the south. Rogue has 9k bank. Oh my god, 9k minerals, 5k gas bank. That's insane. So much. So much money. I wish I had that much money. "21 corruptors. And 23 lurkers. Oh my god, no storm was given here. Oh no, Skillous. He just lost 5 or 6 High Templars full on energy, and he managed to throw out 1 storm. 1 storm. No way. He was completely caught off guard there, pants down. Oh my god, and Rogue just frickin' Sengoroshi'd him on the toilet. A double finger into the asshole, man. There's nothing you can do about this. Skillous is gonna get broken here like a child. Damn, Rogue. The perfect moment. It was like Skillous was blowing his nose or something. I can't believe it. He was holding on for dear life. He managed to retake that base in the north, and then he had the Templars out of position just a tiny bit. And he didn't see the army move in. And then the Lurkers burrow, they one-shot the Templars. 1 storm does get cast. But what is 1 out of 20? Right? It's nothing. So Rogue does take the W there.